Welcome to tutorialsinhand.com. In this video tutorial, we are going to see whether a given number is a prime number or not. So you must be aware that a prime number is something which is divisible by 1 and by itself. For example, if you see this one, then what is happening? 7, if we are taking the number as 7, then 7 is divisible by 1. That means when 7 is divided by 1, it leaves remainder 0, right? Because 1 will divide 7 times and we will get 0. And when we divide 7 by 7, we get 7 into 1 is equals to 7, thus leaving the remainder 0. Apart from that, if we divide 7 by any other number between 1 and 7, we will get a positive remainder, right? Something like this. We will get at least some remainder which will be in positive form. So it is prime number because it only leaves remainder when it is divided by 1 and 7. That means itself. So this is what definition of prime number is, that it should be divisible by only 1 and itself, and it satisfies that. But if you see for not prime, something like this, for example, if we consider 6 over here, then what is happening is 6 is divisible by 1. That means it is leaving remainder 0. It is well and good. 6 is divisible by 6 and it is leaving remainder 0, and it is also well and good. But if you see, 6 is also divisible by 2 and 3, thus it cannot be considered as prime number. So our logic for Java program becomes very simple, that any number which is divisible between 2 to itself. For example, if we have 8, then what will happen? We will check from 2 till 7. If we have 19, then what will happen? We will check from 2 till 18. And if we get any number dividing that particular number and leaving remainder 0, so it will not be prime, something like this. And if the number from 2 to 1 less than that number leaves a positive remainder, that means it is not 0, it is prime number, because you know that every number is divisible by itself. Means if you divide any number by itself, it will be always divisible. For example, if you divide n by n, then what will happen? N will divide n 1 times, right? And we will be left with remainder as 0. And at the same time, any number is divisible by 1. So we are not going to consider 1 and the number itself. Rather, we will consider the number from 2 till 6 and see whether any of that divides the number completely. And if it divides a number completely, we will get remainder something like this as 0. And if we get remainder as 0 from 2 to 1 less than that number, that means it is not prime. And if we don't get the number leaving remainder as 0 when divided from 2 to 1 less than itself, then we will say that it is prime. So let's start with the logic. For example, we have a number 7, right? So for that, what we are going to do is we are going to check from where? We are going to check from 2, right? So initialize I at 2, because here you saw that we are going to check from 2 till 1 less than that number, right? So till where we will check? The condition will be till num, right? If we give I less than num, that means we will check only till 6. That means 7 less than 7 will never be true, right? So only 6 less than 7 condition will turn out to be true. Means 2 to 6 will turn out to true. Means 2 will be true, 3 will be true, 4 will be true, and till 6 it will be true. Once value of I becomes 7, 7 less than 7 will turn out to be false and our loop will end. And then we will have to increase the value by 1 in each iteration, so that 2 becomes 3, 3 becomes 4, 4 becomes 5, 5 becomes 6 in every successive iteration, right? So this is the loop. Now what was the condition? Our condition was that when we divide the number by these numbers, means in the first iteration it will be 2. So 7 by 2 modulus will be checked, and if it is leaving the remainder, then it is okay. If it is leaving remainder, then it is okay. Then in the next iteration we will go to 3 and 7 will be divided by 3 and it will be checked whether it is leaving any remainder or not. And then again we will go to 4 and so on. Now we have to check whether we get remainder 0 or not once the number is divided by any number from 2 till 1 less than that number. That means the value of I in each successive iteration is equals to 0. Then what we are going to say, we are going to have a counter to check how many numbers divide it, right? We can have a counter like int count 0 will be of integer type. Once we get any value of I, you can consider this 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 as the value of I, right? So this is the value of I and this one is num. So this one is 7. Num is 7 and I is this number that we are going through 2 till 6. So in any case, if number mod I is equals to 0, then we will increase the count plus plus. For example, if you consider 6, then what will happen? In 6 by 2 itself will give remainder 0. In the very first case, what will happen? We will get this condition as true if it is 6. So 6 mod 2 is equals to 0, and once 6 mod 2 is equals to 0 is correct, that means it is not prime, because it should not be divisible by 2 to 1 less than that number, right? So prime number will not be giving you remainder as 0 in any case. So if you get remainder as 0 while dividing from 2 to 1 less than that number in any way, then you are going to increase the counter, showing that one more number divides this particular number that we are checking. That means it is not divisible by only 7 and 1. There is another number which divides this particular number, and thus it is not prime. So it will not happen for 7, because for 7 we will never get num mod I equals to 0. Because you can see a live example here, because 7 by 2 will leave remainder 1, by 3 will also leave remainder 1, by 4 will also leave remainder 3, and till 6 all will leave some positive remainder. For prime number, we will never enter into this one, right? But if it is not prime, then we will get the case where number when divided by 2 to less than that numbers, we will at least get some numbers which will leave remainder 0. For example, in here in the very first iteration only 6, if we take this as 6, then 6 mod 2 will leave remainder as 0. So once it leaves remainder as 0, we can say that we have found one more number that divides the given number, and we have a counter which was at 0. We increase that counter by 1, saying that we have got one number. And if we get at least one number, we don't need to check that whether there is any other which is dividing it or not, because if we have got at least one, then we can conclude that it is not prime, right? So once we get that except 1 and 6 there is another number 2 which is dividing this number, then we can say that since it is leaving remainder, it is not prime, and we have got one more number which is dividing the number, so it will never be prime, right? And once we get, we can break and move out of the loop. You should be aware that break is used to terminate the execution, and it will take you out of the loop in which you are. So here 6 mod 2 will leave remainder 0, so we will get count plus plus. That means count will be increased from 0 to 1, and then in the next line it will break and we will come out of the loop, saying that the counter has increased. That means we have found one more number that divides this particular number 6, and so it will not be prime. So what will be the logic outside the for loop? You will say that if count greater than 0, so if count becomes greater than 0, what we told, we have found one more number that divides this particular number that we are checking, and that is why that number will not be prime number, right? So we can write not prime and we can print the number itself. Now if count is not greater than 0, then in else what we can write, we can say the number is prime, right? If count has not increased, that means there is no other number which is dividing this num which we are testing, and in that case we can say that it is prime. So this is what we will get. And now if you execute this one, 6 will be giving you remainder as 0 in the first iteration itself. When I is 2, then 2 less than number, that means 2 less than 6 will be checked, it will be true, and it will enter inside the loop. We will check that number, that means 6 mod 2 is equals to 0 or not. So 2 will divide 6 3 times and will leave the remainder as 0, right? So once it leaves the remainder as 0, we have found one more number that divides the number we are testing, and as a result we can increase the counter, saying that we have got one more number which divides the number we are testing, and as a result we have come to conclusion that it is not prime, and we can break this and come out of the loop, and we can check the value of counter. So value of counter is greater than 0, that means here in this case it will be 1. So if 1 greater than 0, that means we have got one number which is dividing the number except 1 and itself. So as a result this turns out to be not prime. So in this case 6 will be not prime. So run this one and see, you are getting not prime. Now if you change this to 7, you will get it as prime. Now change it to 7 and run, you will get it as prime. So prime as 7. The reason behind that is simple, as we have explained earlier also, that here what will happen, this 7 will be the number for test and I will run from 2 till 6, right? So in first case what will happen, 2 less than 7 will be checked, it will be true, it will enter inside this one. So 7 mod 2 will be checked, and 7 mod 2 means it will leave remainder as 1. Here 7 mod 2 will leave remainder 1 because 2 into 3 is equals to 6 and plus 1 will be 7. So 1 is the remainder. So this turns out to be false. We do not enter in the if. So we come to the next iteration. So in next iteration, due to this I++, the value of I becomes 3. And now 3 less than num will be checked, 3 less than 7 will be true, and it will again enter inside this one. And now 7 mod 3 will be checked, and 7 mod 3 will again leave remainder 1 because 3 into 2 will be 6 plus 1 will be remainder. So this again turns out to be false, and we do not enter within the if, and we come to the next iteration. Similarly, it will keep on incrementing the value of I by 1, and in each iteration it will check this condition whether it is less or not. So till 6 it will turn out to be true, and we will check the remainder till 6. So 7 mod 6 will leave remainder 1, and as a result we will not enter inside this logic at all. So we will not enter inside the if at all, and thus 7 becomes prime number because it will always leave remainder greater than 0, right? So we do not enter this if. So if it is prime, we will never enter inside this if block, and thus the counter will not increase, and as a result count will never be greater than 0. As a result, this will not enter in the not prime block, rather it will enter into this else block where it will print prime, and the number that you are testing will be printed along with it. So 7 will be prime. You can test for some other numbers also. For example, you can test for 17, and 17 is also prime. So run this one whether you are getting 17 as prime or not. You can run for 15 and check whether it is prime or not. Run, and 15 is not prime because except 1 and 15 is completely divisible by 3 and 5 as well, right? So 3 will divide 15 by 5 times and leave remainder 0. So it will enter into this if and count will increase. As a result, 15 is printed as not prime because count's value is greater than 0, right? So you can check for any number. You can make it more interesting by using scanner and allow the user to input the number. We have already shown you the way how you can accept the user input. If you want that video, you can check in the description section, you will get that. And try to make it more interesting by taking a scanner and ask user to input number of his choice, so that you can give the prediction for any number without hard coding this value yourself, right? So this will be more interesting. And one more thing is, you can modify this logic. You don't need to run till 1 less than number. You can also conclude once you have reached half of the number which you are testing. Suppose 6 you are testing. So once you reach till 3, that means 6 divided by 2, you reach half of this. So you can test up to 3 only. So you can run from 2 till number divided by 2. So your logic can be this also, num divided by 2, and this will be much better and it will save the running time of your program. So if you want, you can try this also. It will also give you the same result. For example, you can check, you will still get not prime because the reason is simple. anything after the half of the number you are testing will never divide it. So if you are testing 6, 4, 5 is never going to divide 6, and it is well known. So max number which can divide it is twice. 3 into 2 will be 6, and then finally 6 will divide itself by 1. So any number between half and the number itself will never divide it if you go through the logic. This is a mathematical logic. You should try to understand that, and it is very simple. So if you understand the logic, you will definitely be able to write this program very easily, and it will not be a problem at all. In the next video tutorial, we will check how to print the prime numbers between a given range. So we can check what are the prime numbers between 1 to 10 or 1 to 20 or 10 to 20 using that program. I will be looking for you in that video tutorial. Till then, keep learning, keep enjoying, and practice this program so that you can master it. And at the same time, don't forget to subscribe our channel because it will help us to grow as well.